Take a look in a book. It's Reading Rainbow.
Hey, FiveTribe family. Boy, that was corny. I'm Matt.
Alexis. Today is all about reading out loud to your kids and using those Audible books.
So you don't have to take my word for it. You get it? Let's go check out how Alexis started her day today with reading.
So we just cleaned up breakfast and we came outside because it's a beautiful day today and we're about to start all of our school lessons. So reading out loud is a huge part of our school day, and I like to do all that stuff in the morning. So we start with Bible reading out loud, the kids do that, and then I just go through all their lessons and I read out loud to them. The kids have their sketchbooks, so their hands are busy and they're listening to me. One of the things we're reading out loud right now is the children's Homer, The Adventures of Odysseus and the Tale of Troy, and the kids just soak it up. I do their history lesson, their science lesson, all in the morning, and they're able to listen, ask questions. Instead of me just saying, here, go read this, I'm reading it. I know they're comprehending it and understanding it, and it's a really fun time. So what are you reading out loud to your kids today? I'd love to hear what you're reading. Put it in the comments, and make sure you hit subscribe.
If this video gets 100 likes, we'll do a special reading challenge. Stay to the end to see what that is.
2 hours later.
So we just wrapped up lunch and the kids are headed to do some independent work. Hopefully they're actually doing it. And I just thought I'd talk to you guys a little bit more about reading out loud and the importance of audiobooks and why they're so important in our household. So my older two kids, Xander and Tristan and Matt, are all dyslexic. So reading for them, like taking a book out and actually reading, is like a chore, and it can be frustrating, especially for my younger one. It's by the time that they're spending on the actual reading, they're not comprehending, and it's just really hard to do. But audiobooks, or when I read out loud to them, they just soak it up and they comprehend everything that I'm saying, and they can regurgitate it really well too. So we listen to a lot of audiobooks in our house, and I do have the kids do some quiet reading time on their own with an actual book, but I just let them listen to audiobooks. If I want a book report, or if there's a certain thing I want them to read, or, you know, I tell them to pick a book out and I want them to start it and finish it, I let them use audiobooks. Science actually has proven that reading a book or listening to a book, your brain is doing the same thing. Your brain thinks you're reading if you're listening to it. Like, it's working the same way. So absolutely, listening to an audiobook is the same as reading a book, and you can totally count that in your reading. Even as adults, I mean, most of us don't even have time to, unless you're quarantined right now, you might have time, but most of you don't have time to stop and read a book. Or so many times I hear like, oh, if I just had a vacation, I could read a book. But with audiobooks, you can be listening to it in the car, you can have your headphones in at the gym, and you can be listening to those books. So Xander, he's my just turned 14-year-old. He always has headphones in, and most of the time when he's walking around the house, he's not listening to music, he's listening to a book. And that kid has finished his 8th book, which I think there are only 8 right now, I'm not sure. He's finished his 8th Percy Jackson book. And he's 14. I was not a huge reader. I like to read a little bit, but I was not a huge reader whenever I was younger. There's no way I would have physically read all of those 8 books by the time I was 14. And there's no way he would have actually taken the books and done that either. But he's been able to listen to it all. He just soaks it up. He loves it. My youngest, Josiah, loves to listen to Audible on Alexa at night.
Hey Alexa, play my audiobook.
Getting your selection from Audible. Resuming Magic Tree House Collection. There's 22 minutes left in the chapter and 1 hour. 40 minutes left in the book. Woman. Wow,
That's bedtime stories. Because let's face it, parents, we don't always have the time or the energy to read out loud to them as much as we want. So definitely get you some audiobooks. Right now, Audible is actually having some free ones. And during all this quarantine lockdown stuff, you definitely want to take the opportunity. You don't want your kids sitting in front of the TV and Xbox all the time. Audiobooks are a great way for them to just kind of go away and listen to a book. And you'll be amazed how quick they'll get through the books too with audiobooks. So like I mentioned, Audible is offering free audiobooks for you right now for kids of all ages. So I'm going to send you to Matt, and he's going to show you how to take advantage of all of that.
So let's hop on the computer and I'll show you guys what she's talking about. Okay guys, in the YouTube video that you're currently watching, obviously this is not it, but when you scroll down in the description, you'll see some notes talking about the video. There'll be a clickable link. You can click on this link, and when you click on the link, it'll take you to Audible. It'll take you to, if you don't currently have a membership with Audible, you will need to set up an account. Now look, you don't have to use the free 30-day trial that's listed in the link, but if you choose to, you can. What that'll do for you, not only will you get access to the kids stuff, but it also gets you a credit for any book you want to purchase of your own. I know I use the credits. I get one a month, and I use them. You can see right now I've got 2 available in my account, but I use them for self-help books, things like that I like. But once you get signed up, on the main page you'll see this: while school is on pause, kids can listen for free. So you click on that link, guys. It'll take you to this right here. Stories help. And just like Alexis was talking about, audiobooks are really cool. So you click start listening, and then inside of here, there's all kinds of stuff. You got littlest listeners, elementary, tweens, teens, literary classics. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. So I know earlier I came over here and I was like, this looks kind of interesting. The Diary of the 6th Grade Ninja. So you click on it, just come over here.
Moves and running on the tops of trees. Well, you're right. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's an absolutely fantastic life. But it wasn't always that way.
So really cool, guys. I mean, all these books for free. So, whenever you need to sit your kid down, you don't want to stick them in front of Disney Plus, which, don't get me wrong, Disney Plus is awesome, but, you want their creativity and their imagination to start running. You just throw on one of these audiobooks, let them go. I know, like she said, Josiah loves to listen to them at night. I hope this was encouraging to you guys, and I hope you find something that you can use to help you get through this crazy time with the COVID-19. Just remember, guys, stay positive. As a community, we can get through this together.
If you're a real reading pro, smash that like button and it'll turn blue.